I gotta tell you something. This is what I was searching for. This is who I was searching for. Hold on a second. Rum. And then what a name. Rum. It's a beautiful name. But are you comfortable for like at least a few minutes, because I need your wisdom. Now, I don't want you to be like uncomfortable.
I'm fine.
See, Rum, maybe if you can hold on so I don't swim away from you, because I think I keep swimming away. This is my friend Rum, by the way. This is Abraham and Rum. The creator of Rome, creator of all religions that are prevalent. Abrahamic, that's me. That's my ancestor. Now, you say, find yourself. First and foremost, they say to a doctor, heal thyself. How do I tell? Because there is a possibility that I have. Finding yourself is also, it's not a on and off thing. You found yourself. It's a path.
It is.
So I feel I'm on a path of
Discovery.
Self-discovery. I feel I'm on a path. I hurt. I am joyful. I'm hurt. Like yesterday I was hurt because something's happened pretty toxic. And my depression was knocking on the door of my head. And I'm like, hello baby, how you doing? I feel you, because I've had her for what, 4 years. How does one tell that he's in that path of discovery? Because as you and I know, 99.9 are completely dormant. They are not on any path, while thinking that they are. So how does one tell? Because even based on what you think, looking at me, I'm asking you with no, there's no sarcasm or skepticism. I am sincerely curious to know how you see me, because maybe I am lost. How do you tell?
I see you every day. Taking that ride. Every morning.
You do?
I see you.
I don't see you, because maybe you're on the shore.
I'm on the shore, on the water. But I see you. That means these solitary trips have a deeper meaning than you think. Just to start with that, I don't know you well, I don't know much about you, but from what I can see, I see there's a search.
Every morning I'm here.
Exactly.
No matter what. And I wake up, I try to be here before the sunrise. Sometimes I'm a little late. I have that lateness gene in me, which I'm working with. Rum. So hopefully I am at least waking up and getting on that path of discovery, hopefully, because again, sometimes you feel you're on it and you can be misleading yourself, because it's a very misleading path. You think you're on it, it's very easy to step away from it or step off and go into a direction that is leading you astray toward the negative, the angst, the suffering, the pain, arguments and fighting and conflicts and all this craziness, which is part of life, but not the only one. No. At times my life feels like I'm in a constant struggle with like Don Quixote with the windmills. I'm fighting the windmills.
That's all of us, my brother.
Oh,
We are all in it.
Fighting windmills.
You don't know our story, you know your own, because you know yourself. But we are in the same boat, fighting the same
Demons.
if you want. But one thing I would suggest to you is to open yourself up to teachings. You mentioned something about religion, right?
Yes.
Open yourself to other teachings.
I am. I'm reading as many teachings and as many ancient writings as I feasibly can do in not in a very dogmatic and strict, studious way, but I do read a lot of stuff, biblical and Hindu. I've been reading quite a lot. The ancient Hindu, the Vedas, the Buddha teachings I read, and most people ask questions. Do you believe, or what religion are you practicing? as our friend said once, a truly religious man does not belong to any religion. All religions belong to him. So I hope to be that man. I absorb wisdom and kindness and beauty from all teachings, especially if they're old, ancient, time-tested, and deep. Then there's a lot. Even in things like flooding and burning and all these, you know, punitive Judeo-Christian mythologies, I learn from them too. Even the word mythology.
Yeah, exactly.
You
so
can,
well, so where it's a source of wealth in terms of knowledge. One thing I would suggest to you, though, during your morning escapades, your solitary time, is to use one of these. As you venture out, you listen.
who do you listen to?
As just like you, wide range of teachers, wide range. And what I do not keep myself close to anything. I keep myself open to new perspectives.
You know what I do? I speak. I have videos every morning of me just speaking of what I feel and what I learned, what I have experienced the day before, what my new love or my new pain, my new everything, my new experiences. So that's my way of sharing. As they say in the Hindu teachings, in the Vedas, the 3 ways of charging ourselves with energy, with kindness, with love, with harmony are there only 3. And we, by the way, are right now. You'll see what we do right now. Number 1 is get out there to his temple. This is his. I call his hers because to me it's a she, because she's the creatress. She, Mother Universe, Mother Nature. That's hers. I pray to you that you're my goddess. Now you get out there as you and I do, and not only get out there, move around, which we all do, absorb her through movement, and praise her. Value the fact that we are here and be cognizant of the fact that we are absorbing her and she's absorbing us. And that's what I do every morning. Number 2, share with people, with your comrades, your compatriots, your friends. This is what we do right now. Share with people your kindness, your love, your pain, your being. Try to be helpful to them. Ask them what's on their mind. Maybe you could support them in some way because everyone's going through some challenges. So that's what we do right now. That's number 2. And number 3, which I already mentioned a little bit, is give thanks to whoever it is that you give thanks to your deity or your God. In my case, it's Mother Nature. And that's the 3 ways, which we all do right now.
Indeed.
So it's a trifecta, as they say. But where do you, I'm curious, on a practical note, where do you take people? Because maybe I should go with you. Cuba. I don't see Cuba as my destination to live. You think I could live in Cuba? Live.
No,
I want to find a place to live. Settle down. Where I can marry 2 women.
Colombia.
I've been there 3 times.
You don't like it?
I don't find it very feasible to have an open-minded relationship because they're extremely Catholically twisted. Now, I don't mean literally religious, but they're psychologically Catholically twisted. And they don't even know it. But it's a very Catholic paradigm.
As I suggest, find yourself first. Then it will not matter where you stay.
Seriously? You should say this to Jesus because he found himself. But I don't think the place where he was the most optimal for him because he didn't mean.
Who that?
Jesus.
That was the best. It was the best at the best time. That's why he came. When he came,
But
had he come now, he would have been irrelevant.
irrelevant in many ways.
Yeah.
TikTok and Instagram would not have liked it.
Exactly.
Nah,
And
he
then
would.
the mystery. There would be no mystery.
Now, but he was tortured to death. Now, that is not something that he desired. People say, "Oh, he wanted to die for our sins." I do not agree, because nobody wants to die tortured for anything unless it's a dire need. He was placed in a situation where he had enough. He had the heart to stand by what he believed. But this situation should have never arose. Had he been even like Buddha, see, Buddha got out and sat under the tree and didn't bother nobody, and didn't try to proselytize or they say cause goodness to people. He said, "Hey, whoever wants to come, come. But I'm here sitting, minding my business." So Jesus was strong and telling people.
But you know, one thing we should be very careful of is the fact that these are two different perspectives. We tend to see a lot in the suffering of Christ, but everybody's suffering. Many people have been crucified. Some people get it worse.
True, but it shouldn't be.
Why not?
I will share with you, because nature has no suffering in it. Now, I'm speaking of nature outside of humanity. Suffering, this is what I need to share with people, is an innately human construct. Animals don't understand. I'm talking wild. So let's not mix dogs and cats into this, because they're not animals. They're human animals. We castrate them. That's already suffering. That's huge. Imagine people want to castrate me. No. So suffering as an entity is a construct. If you tell an animal, a lion or an eagle, "Hey, have you been suffering?" He'll say, "What is that?" If he spoke a language, he wouldn't understand what that even means. They don't have that concept, because they're living a life that's harmonious. They have challenges they get, but suffering, disease, no, it's easy. Everything, take it easy. Cógelo suave, as they say in Spanish. All that pain, I mean, they get some pain, but it's not. It's transient. They don't stay in pain. Nature takes care of it. No drugs needed. No opiates, heroin, morphine. None of that they take. They don't smoke or drink. Sometimes a little touch they do, but just because they also venture out of their, norm. But so you see, suffering is our creation. It's actually a Judeo-Christian creation. People need to suffer. Bullshit. No, we don't need to suffer. Now, living in a humanity, we are faced with those predicaments. So we better learn to tolerate some nonsense. For example, loneliness. People say, fall in love with being alone. Solitude. Bullshit. Solitude is a disease. We're not supposed to be alone. That's completely unnatural. So it's like saying, love your pain, enjoy pain. No, pain is there to be able to endure it and to get out of the disease or whatever the state. If you're burning, get the hell out of the fire, because you get burned. You see what I mean? Suffering should not be.
I hear you.
I know you.
But what kind of suffering are we talking about? Is it physical pain?
I'm talking any suffering that even we put a word on it, because suffering is a human invention. It doesn't exist in nature. It's a human brain that's been twisted, and that's been inflamed. These certain things that don't exist in nature. I'll tell you, there's actually 4 major things. One is prolonged anger, like grudge. No animal holds a grudge. They get angry momentarily, and they get back at you. They bite you, and then they forget. They could be friends again, just like kids. So grudge, jealousy, that's wishing for someone to suffer, or for someone to hurt, or for someone to not get. And again, animals are jealous, but they're very naturally jealous. And they're not evil jealous. They're not like malicious jealous. Kids are jealous. They want the toy for themselves. That's natural. They're beautifully jealous. So jealousy, that way we have it, is as a human. Then you get hate. From the grudging and all the jealousy, you develop hate. Animals don't have hate. They don't know what that is. And obviously, to top it all off, with all the nastiness, we must feel the guilt. The guilt and the shame from all the shit that I mentioned. How bad are we to feel that? Then we get the guilt and we suffer from all that beautiful poisonous soup that's inside of us. None of it is natural. Animals don't have any of these. No shame, no guilt, because there's no hate, and there's no jealousy, mean way, and there's no grudge. My grandpa, 99, he don't know what a grudge is. You get into a fight with him today, in 10 minutes, he says, what happened? What happened? What did you say? I love you. He'll forget. So you see, that's what I'm talking about. All these things are human inventions, because we, excuse my French, fuck with each other. And we try to get something from someone, get ahead of someone at the expense of that person. Now you see, I feel all this. In these 5 years, yesterday I went to this meeting where they try to crucify me spiritually, get me out of the system. I can't say this. I'll tell you later, because I don't want this even to be on a camera. Now see, that's fear, because people don't understand. I'll tell you when I turn it off. If I start, and I go in front of this committee, 14 heads of departments of Jackson system. I wanted to tell, but I got a little like starstruck. They're like all nice people looking at me, making me feel like I'm a lowlife. And I'm like, sorry, you know, and then they leave, and I'm like, what the fuck did I just do? Like a, you know, like a frog with a cobra look. There's a lot of them. I'm by myself. I wanted to talk about all the things that I go through, my depression, and me coming out of suicidal shit that I was in for 4 years, and now my kid's blocked. I love you. I want to show fingers. I love you, but the actions suck. So I speak to them through this. They listen to this. Now, society says, well, you know, it's your fault. You're negative. Whichever fault it is, it shouldn't be. Even the serial killers get to see their kids on a death row. I'm not one. Don't want to be one. Hopefully I'm not that bad. But guess what? I pay my alimony child support proudly. But I don't see them. I write to them and say, hello, I call once a month. You know who I call? A block. I call into a block. On purpose. Well, I call, but I think they changed their numbers too. Whatever. Rom, tell me, where am I? Am I going? Am I on a path or what? Or what?
You're on a great path.
I think it's a beautiful path.
It is.
Because it hurts.
To what is given, what is required.
I'm sorry?
To whom what is given, what is required.
To whom
What is given.
much is given, much is required.
Yeah, you seem to be a very intelligent person and a very important person.
Abraham.
Important trouble will come your way.
Important trouble?
Trouble.
Important trouble. I got this is gonna be the motto of the day and of the life. Important trouble will come your way.
Tough. Very
Important
tough
evil
trouble.
will come your way.
Important issues will come your way.
I love trouble. Important
Alright.
trouble will come your way.
I'm sure you are no stranger to troubles.
Oh no, I love them. I at least I'm trying to. It's not easy to love because they hurt, and you start doubting yourself, and that it creeps in. Say, maybe I'm screwed up. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm. And I do a lot of stuff that is pretty dark, and I'm vengeful because I hurt. If I only tell you, in a minute and a half, I met this lovely lady a week and a half ago on Tinder. I was in Jamaica in heathenism. You heard of the heathenism?
Yeah, I do.
And not what I thought. I was there 25 years ago, whatever. Not my type of people. I don't drink anymore. They're all drunk and naked and 3 times my size. 70 years old, obese, naked, drunk, naked people. Anyway, But on Tinder, I meet this beautiful 23-year-old Jamaican. We speak. I come back, we speak. Speak once, speak twice. We connect. We really connect. She's gorgeous. She's bright. Very dark, but very bright. 2 kids, 23 years old. Speaks the truth. Understands me. I feel her love. It's a very special feeling when you feel a woman is loving you already. It's an energy. The way she smiles. The way she says, yes, my dear. How you feel? So I flew to her. And I don't easily fly to people. I don't easily see people. I flew to her Thursday. We are here, what? Oh, a week ago. Exactly. I flew to her Thursday. Got a hotel in the airport of Jamaica. Asked the guy, which hotel? Got a stupid hotel, I had to change it. She came with some difficulty, saying, oh, please send me money. Say, you don't have any money, you figure a way, I'll pay the taxi when they come here. Figure a way. Oh, but I can't make it. So then you don't make it. She made it with a daughter, 3-year-old. We spent a beautiful 22 hours together. Then the daughter flipped, the hotel flipped because it was an adult only, they'd make exception. Daughter was flipping, jealous. We've seen all this. She's never seen a man next to her mom because she and the ex are long gone. So she, of course, is jealous. This is not just, this is an unknown white man who's strict and who's trying to fix her because she's so capriciously horrible, smacking me, throwing shoes at me, that 3-year-old little devil.
3-year-old?
3-year-old. Oh, I have experience. That's what I gotta tell the committee. Oh, I know them. They start manipulating, yelling at the whole hotel is flipping. My manager comes, Abraham, we were courteous to you, but this is, people are complaining. Do something. I say, excuse me, she knows, and she starts doing this, so people are flipping. So guess what? We called the mom to pick it up, to the mom of the lady, so the grandma, to pick up the daughter, because we want to spend some time together, learn about each other, because it was a connection. Well, guess what? They both run unexpectedly. And then Celeste, I saw her. And now, yesterday, she blocked herself on the phone. I said, we'll be friends. I care about you. I care about your life. I want you to do well. Oh, no. So you see, and she hugged me that night from her heart. I felt her hug. When I hugged her, I felt her. I wanted to hug her and hold her tight. I don't feel that way with many women, wanting to hug them and hold them tight next to me. This is way beyond lovemaking that we commonly do. That's always a pleasant thing. But to hug someone and fall asleep hugging, that's a lot. And that hurts, because she's a good woman in many ways. But that little poison, femme fatale, they call.
Femme fatale.
The lethal, the Medusa. Méduse, Gorgon. You speak French?
Oui, je vois le français également.
So you know femme fatale. Cleopatra.
And I know a few too.
Oh, I'm sure you've met a few there. Beware, because they are beautiful and dangerous.
I am myself an homme fatal.
Your own fatal. But you're a kind one.
I wouldn't call myself that.
So, Ram, question becomes very, very pragmatic. What do I do? What do you recommend? Practically speaking, because I've been here for 5 years, I feel this place and we don't jive. That's why I've been to 12 countries in this year. 12 trips into, I think, 9 or 10 countries. And Colombia, I was there 3 times. Medellin and Cartagena twice.
Beautiful places.
In fact, I went 4th time, but they turned me around and sent me because they didn't have my COVID test. They turned me from the airport and I had to go right back. Wasted all that money and beautiful place, beautiful ladies. But guess what? They're all femme fatale. Most of them are femme fatale because they're gorgeous and they'll stab you. Most of them. And they know it. Anyway, this is a good conversation. This is my teacher, my mentor, Ram. We gotta have dinner one day.
Mentor.
Huh?
Mentor.
Mentor.
No. This is just an occasion to share experiences. You have been my exhortation this morning, my motivation for the rest of the day.
I have your number, right? I have your number.
All right. Take care. Next time now.
I
I
was,
need to see those steps.
yes, I will call you. But before you go, let me just